So I got a question today from an Instagram story from Alex Gavin. It says, do I pursue and focus on work first or on females? And the question is pretty simple. You do both at the same time. What's really important is that you're educating yourself on all of these things at the same time. So the path to get to where you want to be is not a straight line, and you don't do one consecutively and then the other. It's actually a complete ball of not in order. You need to be working on all of them going uphill at the same time. So when it comes to your business, I'd only start one business or do one career and focus on that and get that going before you start anything else, because then you're going to have a bunch of plants, a bunch of seeds that you've planted that never reach anything. And that's why I never quit my main business. Even though I tried other businesses, I kept the main thing. And so when it comes to business, you should do that, but also be working on your fitness, your understanding of women. And the reason I say understanding more than focusing on women is that you should never be focusing on women. You should be a better man, and for that reason, women come to you. And then you should understand women, because once they do come to you and you do have them in your life, then you need to understand how they actually work. And that's why I say educate yourself on women. There's a lot of information out there that teaches you about women. There's some great guys that teach about this in depth. Rollo Tomasi, the Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate. There's all kinds of men out there teaching people about women. It doesn't mean that you have to stop one thing to do the other. You should be working on your business, understanding women, understanding business, doing business, dating women. A good friend of mine, Andrew Tate, says this all the time. He's like, if you want to be the world's best at understanding apples, you better eat a lot of fucking apples. I can't disagree with that. And at the same time, you need to understand the function of that apple. So when it comes to business or women, I say both. But just make sure you're educating yourself on how women work. People have it out for women. Women are not as bad as people make them out to be, especially like in the red pill community or maybe the MGTOW community sometimes. It's like, look, man, women are wired the way they're wired. You need to understand how it actually works, not how Disney says it works. And once you do that, they're absolutely wonderful addition to your life. And they're going to be an addition to your life, and you're going to treat them well, and you're going to be a gentleman around them. And women can absolutely love you unconditionally. And I didn't have a good experience as a child. I came from a circumstance where my mother and my father did not have the correct dynamic in place, and it simply came down to the fact that my father, not his fault, did not understand women. He did not have access to the things that we now have to talk to each other on the internet and understand women fully. But you need to do that work. You need to read these books that are out there, the information that's there, learn from these men, and I'll cover a lot of it myself, but do know this: you need to work, study your business, work on your business, and study how women actually operate. And that'll clear a lot of it up for you. And as you become that man that you're supposed to be, women will be drawn to you. And then at that point, once they're in your frame and you understand how they operate and how they actually work, then you're not going to have a problem with work or women at all. And you'll do quite well. And that'll help you avoid a lot of traps that men fall into. So that's my advice. Do both. Educate yourself on how women work. And of course, never stop working on who you are. Because you can understand women all you want. If you're not the right man, it's not going to fucking matter.